to the Independent for the roast of Chris Daly, and please put your hands together for Small Business Commissioner and the owner of the Independent, Michael O'Connor.
Real quick, we have a lot of people who like to talk up here. I'm not one of them. I'm very shy. Most people who know me will know that. But anyway, I am one of the proprietors of the Independent. About 13, 14 years ago, I attempted to sign a lease on this space. I had been working with Chris on some youth activist issues and a bunch of other people here in this room. Eric Asada. Is Eric here? Yeah. Richard Marquez. A lot of other people that effectively helped stop a youth curfew that was on the ballot in about '96, which was incredibly draconian. So that's how I met Chris. I started working on this project. Simultaneously, we had a permit for a protest for that youth curfew, and I had my permits into the police department to open this club. And I'm sure they looked at both, saw Michael O'Connor on both applications and said, no, we don't want this guy opening the club. So after that, it took about 1.5 years of community organizing supporters. Chris was involved, Lisa Pagan, a lot of people, and we got this club open. Probably one of the only clubs the Justice League was opened by beating the police 3 times the Board of Permit Appeals. So soon thereafter, that process was changed, and the police had a say, but other people had a say too. And that very much reflects what happened when power was distributed and different people shared in the decision-making process. And I think we can all give a round of applause for that addition to San Francisco city government so that it was more spread out. So and that's something that Chris and other supervisors and a lot of other people that came before them and after them deserve credit for. So on behalf of the Independent, the staff, I want to thank you and welcome you. And right now I want to give a warm round of applause for our National Anthem singer here, Mr. Paulson. He's asked for all hats off. And I think if Green Day, Most Def, and Cake, and tons of other bands can get a standing ovation at the Independent, we give one for Mr. Paulson. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare bursting in the air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Paulson, that was beautiful. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody in the room for coming out tonight. This isn't lit. I'm Alex Clemmens, and welcome to the roast of Chris Daly, also known as the night of too many recently written and jokes. Now, well, I gotta say, I am grateful to Michael O'Connor for opening up the Independent for this fundraiser. I'm also a little bit pissed off at him. I mean, I hold Michael partially responsible for some of the last 10 years of hijinks, political kind, here in San Francisco. I mean, some of you may not know that long before Chris Daly decided to become a really shitty politician, Michael O'Connor hired him to be a really shitty bartender right here, Justice League, before it became the Independent. So thanks a lot, Michael. I blame you. I'd like to thank a few elected officials who ignored the pleas and advice of their political consultants and decided to show up anyway, in fear of the fact that Chris Daly would scream at them and shout out names of video games. And the problem is, I didn't create the list here, so I believe I've seen Supervisor-elect Malia Cohen in the crowd. Round of applause, please. I believe I have seen Supervisor David Campos in the crowd. Round of applause, please. I believe this is the portion of the game where I get into a huge amount of trouble for having bad contact lenses. Who else is here, supervisor level and above only? John Avalos is on the stage, yo. We know that.
Go, John.
Shout him out. I'll just stand here for a minute. Go ahead. It'll be fun. John Rizzo, Community College Board. And Brian Wilson is not in the house. Okay, before we lose complete control, we got a schedule, we're going to keep to it. Tonight, all right, in front row, this guy gets cut off. Tonight, we have some celebrity roasters and some video presentations with which to entertain you, as long as you have no concept of the word celebrity or entertainment means. Despite the fact that there are, trust me, 0 funny people on this dais, including myself, tonight promises to be a pretty good time. While we probably will not achieve the notoriety of Jack Davis's 50th birthday party, could go either way. I just want to warn you, I want to warn you that this is not a venue for prudes or for virgins. If you are unfamiliar with the concept of a roast, a real, old school, rude, crude roast, you're in for an education. Our presenters are going to use profanity, say things that are painful and evil and personally hurtful, just like at the Board of Supervisors. The point of roasts are to share the stage with people whose company you enjoy, in truth, and to seize upon a facet or two of their personality that, oh wow, lost a page, that's not good. Where's my intern? A facet or two of their personality that is perhaps not their best attribute. And then use that facet to club them to death like a baby harp seal. So if you're not up for that sort of interaction, that sort of punishment, please finish your drink and get the fuck out. But before you do, here's a serious note. Tonight's roast is a benefit. It is a benefit for the St. James Infirmary. Okay? For the 5 of you who don't know what St. James Infirmary is, it is, from their website, it is a place that has an excellent history of providing compassionate and non-judgmental medical and social services to sex workers with the overall goal of reducing occupational illness. Jesus, this is the most boring shit I've ever read. Okay, this is a roast, so let me try saying that again. Tonight, we are raising money so that more hookers will get less chlamydia. So give yourselves a round of applause. Practically a bunch of Mother Teresa's for buying a damn ticket. Now, this is a roast. Again, things get a little out of control. If they get too out of control, I would like to introduce you to April Veneracion, April Kingsway. Tonight, April is serving as the clerk of the roast. And she has a gong, as you just found out, and she will use it to restore order should she deem that necessary. But of course, she works for that shithead Chris Daly, so she probably won't gong him no matter what he does. Alright, we're going to let this show go. As many of you know, I have pretended to be Chris's friend for more than a decade now, as have most of you. And just like most of you, I would like to get that over with as soon as humanly possible. So, with no further ado, I will turn you over to your mistresses of ceremony. They are the Cagney and Lacey of San Francisco Political News. They are going to be good, not because they are funny, but because they are totally fucking wired. They have been doing espresso shots and mainlining froyo for the last few hours while frantically writing dick jokes about Sheriff Hennessy, Ed Lee, and Donkey Kong. So please put your hands together and welcome to the podium San Francisco's own Mateer and Lip Gloss, the ladies of Necessary Conversation, Melissa Griffin and Beth Spot.